like NTS. In today's lesson we will discuss wisdom, and also the quest for wisdom, which the ancients called philosophy.
Professor Augustine, I am ready to begin.
Very good. Licentious, do you believe that we should know the truth? If we can. And here is another question, can we be happy without having the truth in our possession?
We should indeed know the truth if we can. But I think we can be happy if we do not know it, so long as we are earnestly pursuing it.
Perhaps we should define happiness before we continue. Let us use a definition from the ancient philosophers. A happy person is wise. A wise person is happy. And a person is wise if he is governed by reason.
Okay. Now here is my argument that we can be happy if we do not possess the truth. A happy person is a wise person, and a wise person seeks the truth. So a happy person is one who seeks the truth.
One who seeks, but never finds it.
Yes, and I appeal to the authority of Cicero on this topic. He defined wisdom as the search for the truth, and he said that the wise person is always seeking the truth.
So the wise man does not have the truth.
He does not. I think there are two kinds of wisdom, divine and human. Only God has the truth. It is the place of a human being to seek the truth in this life, and perhaps to find it after death.
According to your theory, does a wise man desire to find the truth which he seeks?
Yes. He desires it more than anything.
And is this wise man who seeks the truth happy?
Yes.
So he is happy even though he does not have what he desires?
Yes.
So having what we desire is not a requirement for happiness?
That is correct.
But how can we be happy if we have unsatisfied desires?
How can we not be happy if we desire truth and are earnestly seeking it? The wise man is passionately pursuing the greatest of all things, the truth. And every day he learns to live more in conformity with reason. He learns to be free from the unruly desires of the body, and he looks forward to knowing the truth directly when his soul is free from the body after death.
So is this your account of the good life, Licentious? You say it is a quest for knowledge, a quest which remains unfulfilled at least as long as life lasts.
That is what I say. I stand with Cicero and the other wise men who say these things.
Very good, Licentious. Cicero, as the founder of Roman philosophy, deserves a response. I shall respond to him and to the school of philosophers of which he was a part, the academic skeptics. The origin of these skeptical philosophers goes back to Plato. Plato set up his academy, which guarded his teachings for some time after his death. But eventually a philosopher named Zeno came along. The first of the Stoic philosophers. He said that whatever we know with absolute certainty. So Zeno was a dogmatic philosopher. But this new idea of his paved the way for skepticism. I think you can tell me why.
Professor Augustine, I do not understand.
Zeno said we don't really know a thing until we are completely certain about it. Knowledge is the same thing as certainty. But can we really be certain of anything in this world?
No, we cannot.
And therefore
no human being is able to have knowledge.
Exactly. Which is why the academic skeptics arose. The academic skeptics resisted the influence of Zeno's philosophy on Plato's academy. They accepted Zeno's definition of knowledge but pointed out that we have no certainty of anything in this world. And so, they said, they believed nothing. They suspended judgment on everything, neither taking as true nor as false any idea ever propagated by man. Cicero is an heir to these skeptics.
Cicero. I like him.
The skeptics were accused of being, well, unsavory and useless people because they never believed anything, and so would never act on what they believed. They cleverly responded that they could act on what they thought was probable, even if they didn't believe it.
I see.
So, Licentious, do you still think these skeptics are right?
I am certain they are right.
Be careful.
Oh. I mean, I think it is probable that they are, right.
So now you see the problem. You can't be certain of skepticism without contradicting yourself because skepticism will not allow you to be certain of anything. You will have to rely on probability.
So it seems, Professor Augustine.
So the question is it probable that we can know something in this life? I think it is, and I will give you a few reasons why.
Okay.
First, we are certain of a few things, such as that 2 plus 2 is 4. Second, even if the world were all a dream, and all it appears to be a fiction, the fact that it appears to me at all is something of which I am certain.
Yes. We are certain of these things.
And therefore we can know something.
Apparently.
Here is another reason knowledge is most likely possible. Consider the moral and political necessity of certain ethical beliefs. We must believe and act on certain moral principles if we are to be decent people, such as the principles that adultery and murder are morally wrong.
Yes. That is correct.
So we must believe that knowledge of at least a few moral principles is possible.
So we must.
Now, Licentius, Cicero and the academic skeptics were very smart men. Is it likely that they did not see the problems with the view they were expounding?
Not likely.
They were far too clever for that. I think they were not really the skeptics they pretended to be. I think they were true followers of Plato. They believed in the immaterial world, the higher world which transcends our everyday experience of matter.
But if they were really Platonists, why would they pretend to be skeptics?
They were very clever. They knew that most people wouldn't be able to understand the Platonic idea that there is a higher, immaterial world. But by pretending to be skeptics they were able to undermine the materialism of the Stoics. Meanwhile they let a few of their more astute students in on the secret. That is my opinion anyway, as to what the academic skeptics were up to.
Okay.
But remember, we are talking about happiness. It seems Cicero was lying when he said we can be happy even if we don't have the truth we desire.
Wait. Why would Cicero lie?
Simple. He wanted people to seek wisdom. Even for the ones who didn't understand how to get it, the pursuit would be better than nothing.
Okay.
I can understand why Cicero did it, but I'm not sure it was such a good idea. I think we pursue wisdom better when we have hope of attaining it. Anyway, now you see the answers to our questions. Even Cicero thought that we can't be happy if we desire the truth and can't get it. He also thought that a few people can know the truth.
Well, there goes my theory.
It gets better. Did you know that the Platonists have come out into the open? Since the time of Cicero, a Platonist philosopher named Plotinus has come to prominence.
Plotinus. Okay.
But the final and devastating blow to skepticism does not come from a philosopher. They are only seekers of wisdom. But Jesus Christ is wisdom himself. And wisdom has come to us.
Wow.
So you see, the incarnation changes everything. We can know the truth. All of us, not just clever philosophers. And those of us who pursue the truth in the manner of the philosophers do not do so without faith. If we want to know the truth, we must follow Christ. We must submit to the authority, not of a mere seeker of wisdom, but of Jesus Christ and his apostles and the Holy Bible and the Church.
Okay.
So we must believe the truths of the Christian faith. Meanwhile, for my part, I intend to use the insights of the Platonists to learn as much as I can.